and welcome to this disaster. This is the Vergecast. I don't even know what day it is. What is it? This is 22nd? Dieter's just pulling screens off laptops. I'm Nilay Patel. I'm, quite frankly, just super hungover. And Joanna Stern is here.
I'm here with string cheese.
What up? Yeah, Joanna brought food and coffee to the Vergecast today. I'm happy you're here. There's a lot to talk about. And then, I don't know why this... Oh, Tom Warren is on the phone. Tom?
Hello.
Sup, girl?
Hi, Tom.
Sup, girl? And then, fuck it, why not? We have a hype council. We have 3 Verge people behind the desk. Kirsten, Frisina is here. You may know her from previous episodes of the Vergecast. Loren Grush is here.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
You may know her from previous episodes of Vergecast. And Kaitlyn Tiffany is here. You may know her from viciously subtweeting me during previous episodes of the Vergecast. What's up?
Heyo.
What's the hype situation like?
The hype council is like 11 out of 10 on the hype scale.
Hype Council is in session.
Oh my god. What are we doing?
Is this the most people we've ever had on the show?
No, remember one time we had the entire staff,
Okay.
like right when we launched the Vergecast, we like tried to and Chris, I remember Chris Sigler was so mad at me because it was such an emotionally and like energetically draining experience to like have 5 microphones and 12 people, and I don't know, it was bad. We've never done
I
this.
figured actually you invited me because you didn't have enough people. That's usually why you do invite me.
Yeah.
No, I invited. Here's why I invited Joanna. Let me tell this story. As you may know, Joanna broke up with me in a Chili's 2 in Las Vegas.
I don't hear
in
you
2012.
anymore. I think I ran over my thing and I don't.
Well, I'm
hear
telling
you.
the story about the time.
I mean,
you
I
broke
hear
up
you
with
in
me.
real life, but not in the microphones.
You won't be able to hear Tom.
I don't hear Tom. Tom, are you saying anything?
I'm sitting here in silence.
I think. Can someone?
Admiring the craziness.
Technical emergency.
And she like some sort of tech expert?
Oh, it's back.
Yeah, see, there you got it. So I don't even recall this, but so Joanna, like I said, broke up with me in a Chili's 2 in the Las Vegas airport. The worst place to be broken up with possible.
Actually, the breakfast there wasn't bad.
It was fine. But then she's now landed on her feet after this betrayal at the Wall Street Journal. And today I watched one of her videos.
Thank you for doing that.
It was great. Great video. I highly recommend it. And I thought to myself, Joanna is currently wearing a jean jacket, has a ponytail, and is carrying a gigantic laptop computer. I need that person on our show today. You should have brought... I demanded the jean jacket.
I know. All those props are at my office, which is actually not far from here, but I was coming from my apartment.
Okay. Excuses, Joanna. Wait,
Okay.
Why is your denim jacket
Peter,
at the office?
if you spend the whole show trying to figure out how to use that pen, that'll be fine with me.
Anyway,
Confused.
this long story is to say, Joanna reviewed the Surface Book this week.
So did Tom.
Tom reviewed the Surface Book this week. We reviewed the Surface Pro 4 this week. Dieter reviewed both Nexus phones this week.
Well, just the 6P.
Oh yeah, Dan reviewed the Surface Pro 4 and the 5X. Dieter reviewed the 6P. The Hype Council just reviewed our behavior generally at a remove.
And took gorgeous snaps
And yeah,
videos, and Kaitlyn did tumblers. And
Oh, this pen isn't paired to this book. That's why.
so there's like all of that to talk about. And then in addition to that, YouTube launched YouTube Red, its subscription service. Drake danced. That was the thing that happened on The Verge this week. What else happened? Anything else? There's so much to talk about.
Star Wars.
Star Wars
And
trailer.
Star Wars. And there was a Star Wars trailer.
Yeah.
I spent my week in Laguna Beach at the WSJD Live conference. Felt like there was a couple of
Tim
musical
Tim
bands.
Cook promised the Apple TV.
Yep. And
Would come.
promised that Apple will save the world, which he actually said a lot of really interesting things. And I hugged a robot.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm totally dazed because I just spent 4 days at this conference barely sleeping.
All right. Well, let's start with like what I think is some of like the biggest tech news of the year, which is Microsoft made a laptop.
Yes.
The Dieter is holding you.
Joanna's got one.
In your
Tom's
car.
got one.
You're driving your car. Close your eyes. And imagine Dieter holding a laptop with the screen flipped around with this weird hinge. So Tom, you're on the phone. Tell us about it. You reviewed it for us. I think I'm like deeply positive about this, but you had some issues.
Yeah, I think Joanna's had the same issues as well.
We should be full disclosure. Tom and I emailed a little bit last week about our issues.
But Joanna emailed me saying I'm having these issues, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not." And then 2 hours later, I had the same issue.
Yeah.
So what was the issue?
And the issues,
That's-
the blue screens and stuff. I mean, Microsoft's saying they're pre-production units, so I guess we'll see if these issues start happening next week when they go on sale. but I've definitely had a lot of blue screens with it. And actually, even after the review, so the interesting thing is the review went up, and the power button broke on my one.
Is it because you were holding it down too hard?
Right.
Were you
Sorry?
did it break when you were trying to hold it down? Because I've had I've had so many of these fail.
Yeah, I was doing a Periscope with two of them. One of them, the power button broke, and the other one, it blue screen. I was like, this is not a
did
good
the power
Periscope.
button break because you were holding it down to do a hard reset?
No, I was just turning it off.
Oh, I've had to do such a hard reset this week that it imprinted in my finger. Like, you press the button so hard that my finger had the exact imprint of the power button in my finger.
Can I make this about the iPhone for 1 second?
Yeah, that happens with the iPhone sometimes too.
Where there's that
to hold
also,
it so hard.
You know when you try to scroll on a phone and it doesn't do anything, and you push it a little bit, right? Like that's now with 3D touch. Now pushing it makes you feel dumber because if the 3D touch doesn't work or doesn't respond to you, you're just squeezing a phone hoping something happens.
Yeah, and you feel like you're going to break the screen.
Or like you're just a huge dumbass, like you're being trolled in literally multiple dimensions. Anyway, so Tom, you had these issues, and Joanna, you had these issues, but our Surface Book literally has a sticker on the back that's like, this isn't FCC certified. Are they going to solve them by the time these things come out?
So
that's pretty standard. Whenever they ship these units out, it's just to say, because they've hidden it from the FCC, it's not officially certified, and so they stick that label on the back. But yeah, in terms of the issues, I'm hoping they're not going to have these issues like when they roll out next week. I think the issues, aside from those blue screens and stuff, is that it's a laptop, it's also kind of a tablet, and I think in terms of the actual issues per se, it's like it wobbles, the screen wobbles.
How is it? Wait, Tom, I have a question. How is it possible that I'm hearing the echo of your voice on the Skype connection before you speak?
I'm hearing him perfect.
Are you?
It's very strange.
I'm hearing the echo after he speaks.
I don't hear
very
him
bizarre.
echoing.
Tom, there's at least two of you. One of you is ahead of the other one. Figure out which one that is and kill it.
I'll have a word with the other one that's ahead of me and tell him to slow down.
I'm doing a little bit of the wobble to show it right now, Tom. I'm doing a wobble.
You're doing a wobble?
Yeah.
It's controller. It does wobble.
I mean, Kaitlyn and I, we made a little one of the new Instagram boomerangs today with it. And Kaitlyn, can you speak to that connector? What did you think of that?
How I felt about it is that I would break it in one day from just one time if you press on the button and it turns green and then turns ungreen, and I get pissed and rip it off.
Ungreen?
Yeah, but it's got that muscle lock.
By which you mean
can't
red,
rip it off.
right?
It would turn
off
it would
few
turn
times.
green for a second,
You
and
go
then
Hulk?
it would turn red again, and not let her take it out. And it was I was afraid we were gonna break it the whole time.
No, so I took it. I had it for a weekend, and literally the whole time I was like, I'm gonna break this thing. But in the sense that it's a beautiful thing, right? And I tend to break things, so I was like, oh, this thing is too beautiful for me to have. But it's so weirdly designed that I feel like I have to have one.
I mean, I should back up.
Yeah.
I love this computer.
Do you?
When this was working, I loved it very, very much.
I mean,
I wanted to be with it, and there were times where I said, I'm going to get this for myself.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't restart, and I had issues, and those are really big issues.
I mean, assuming that there's
with
no
my Mac.
issues, would you say that it's definitively the best execution of a hybrid device that you've
I would
seen?
say it's the best Windows laptop I've ever seen. And,
Wow.
Actually, what was really sad about this review is I had gotten, I'll tell the backstory here. I'd written my review. I'd spoken with Tom. He had some issues. They had sent me a second unit, a Surface Book unit, because the first one had trackpad issues and some of these blue screen things. They said, we fixed a lot of these things in this new unit. Everything was going really well, so I felt like, okay, I can really write this review and talk about the great experience I've had. I had in there that this was the best Windows laptop I'd ever used, and the years and years of sort of the scarring experiences I've had from reviewing Windows laptops, as many of them I had here, and I had them at Engadget, and I had them at Laptop Magazine before that.
I mean, you wrote, I think Joanna has written the why does this Windows laptop have a shitty trackpad
Yeah, I've
article.
written it for 10 years.
You've just been going to that well.
Yeah.
Joanna's like, I need some page use today.
Yeah.
Let's write that trackpad piece.
And every time they think that they fixed it. And I had written this really positive review, and then the second Surface Book, I was at the conference. Mm-hmm. I've been only using the Surface Book. My MacBook Air had not been used for about a week, 2 weeks about, and it would not restart.
Yeah.
And it just did the same thing as I had a Surface Pro the week before that the hard drive or the SSD completely crashed. Microsoft says this is not going to happen in shipping units. This has only happened in our early units. But I can't say the best Windows laptop I've ever used doesn't start up anymore.
Yeah.
And so I had to kind of dial back the review at the last minute because I am worried that some of these might make it to customers.
Yeah.
And so I will re-review it when I get the shipping unit. I do think the execution of this is really, really well done. I have a lot of the same issues as Tom, you know, the wobbling hinge, the battery life in the tablet, you know, why did this have to be a tablet? Why did it have to be also a laptop?
But because you can dramatically take the screen away and like...
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. That's it. I think that's what it... And Dieter's
But
still
I think
just
I did that,
drawing.
like, once or twice in the entire time that I was reviewing it.
Yeah, and like Tom, I felt like we really saw eye to eye on that. Like, as a tablet, this thing isn't great. As a laptop, this thing is really good and could be better if it wasn't a tablet. But I actually think what
Wait, how do you think it'd be
Microsoft's...
better if it wasn't a tablet as a laptop? What?
I mean, if they're able to fix some of these things that compromise it as a laptop because it is a tablet, I think it's a home run as a tablet and probably as a laptop. But, well, the battery life is an issue with the tablet, but the wobble thing is because this is a tablet. Right? It's
Right.
because this hinge is unique. And I actually
Right.
don't think the hinge is as ugly as Tom thinks. But
Yeah, wait, so you got no stuff stuck in your computer.
You got no
But
stuff stuck in there?
Tom is
No.
like, I got stuff in this thing for
What-
days.
what's
What do you
stuck in
have
the
in your
computer?
bag,
I
Tom?
probably have a dirty bag. I probably need to clean it out.
well,
I definitely get.
I have a very dirty bag too. It's
Hype check Joanna's dirty bag.
but
Just dead silence from the hype council.
Not responding to
Look,
that.
if we're going to have a 3-person hype council, we're going to level up
That
the
is our
difficulty.
response. Our response was silent, shaky
No,
head.
that was honestly the first thing I said about this hinge too. Was like, I can't own that because it'll be full of food and garbage in like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like chunks of lipstick and stuff from the bottom of my
I
bag.
stick it in my bag like this, so this
Your
is at the top of the
bag
bag.
is stranger than everyone else's bag.
I
have
tweeted
chunks.
today
It's a
about
female bag.
No, Nilay, your bag is emptier than everyone else's. That's
do
what we're
people-
figuring
I don't
out.
even have a
Tom,
bag.
did you stick it in your bag vertically or horizontally?
Horizontally.
Okay, and weird hinge top. Top up.
Yep.
But like the point is that you
For the
shouldn't
audio
have
listener,
to.
Joanna is holding the laptop in the various configurations.
Also, every time I put it in my bag, the pen dropped off.
Oh yeah, totally. I lost my
literally
pen at JFK security.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
But if
Yeah,
it's going to
so
have
maybe-
this...
but don't
maybe
worry,
I'll
I have
stick
5
to-
other ones because I have 5 other units.
Oh, because they kept on sending
Yeah.
ones because the other ones.
But
were
wait, if you're
broken.
going to
Yeah.
have the weird... This is what I don't understand. If you're going to have the weird hinge, why isn't that where the pen goes?
Oh, inside the hinge.
inside the hinge.
Right? Like, isn't that like the perfect place for the pen?
See, that's where I
'Cause
put
it
my
fit in
string
there?
cheese.
It
The
doesn't
string
fit.
cheese just
That's where you
fits
put
in
your-
here.
No,
Joanna's-
close it. Close it. Do it.
Well, in
Oh my
terms of
God.
having cheese in a computer, that's a first
Joanna
for our
has
show.
just
get it.
crushed a piece of string cheese inside the
get a
Surface
close-up?
Book.
I don't...
Oh my God.
Again, audio show. So in your mind, listener, imagine that you... Wow.
That she's eating.
No,
it.
she's eating cheese.
But there's got to be so much crap
She ate
in
the
that
cheese!
hinge.
I don't want your cheese, man.
No, thank you.
Come on, Dieter, eat the cheese.
I'm not eating your Surface Book cheese.
Oh, God.
Tom, do you want a piece of the cheese?
Did you get the weird ridges in the cheese?
I'm coming to
If
you,
you
Tom.
can- if you can
I'll
get-
be there in
Can you
10
FedEx
hours.
Me, please?
Can we get a hype check on Surface Book cheese?
Does that hinge get hot? Can you like use it as like a little waffle iron?
I really like
the
cheese.
system doesn't
so
get that hot.
Yeah.
I'm super hyped on Surface.
Sometimes, Tom, does sometimes your tablet have a little bit of a fan noise?
Yeah, I mean, I was playing games on it this afternoon, and that really gets the fans going. But I've definitely had the fans spin up when I've just been using.
No one
the
else hears
tablet.
Tom's voice before he speaks.
It's
I think Tom sounds very good.
okay.
I got a tweet about it.
Oh, we're getting tweets about it.
And now there's just a side hype council conversation.
Well,
So, Tom,
we
if
can't
they-
hear Tom, so we're
taking
just
over the show.
talking amongst ourselves.
Tom, if they fix some of these bugs, you're going to buy this?
See, the thing is, I still like the XPS 13.
Yeah, I'm hearing this.
I that is my Windows laptop of choice at the moment.
Yeah.
So-
Because of the battery and because of just...
well, the battery life on the Surface Book's great. But
Yeah, I know.
I can't get over the fact that it's top heavy and that the hinge is wobbly. Like when I'm using it in my lap, it just feels like it's gonna go forward.
See, I prefer this keyboard and trackpad and screen to the
yeah,
XPS.
I way prefer the keyboard and the
Right.
trackpad for sure. It's just bigger and the spacing's better and stuff.
That's like really. I want to talk about this trackpad. Is it good or is it bad?
Well, that's not as easy to be said in Windows
It's good
trackpads.
everywhere
It's-
except Chrome and
Yes.
Edge, is what I read from the reviews.
Well, Chrome Chrome just does not work
Yeah.
well with it. Chrome does not work well on any computer. Google
Right.
needs to fix that.
It works okay on the Chromebook.
Good point. Good point. I'd like to edit what I just said. I had jumping cursors and stuck cursors. Another thing they said that will be fixed in the software update. But the scrolling's really good. The gestures are really good. And just like it feels a lot nicer than the
Yeah, the
plastic
feel of
ones.
it's just basically like a MacBook one.
Yeah.
Because it's a glass trackpad and it's similar size. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the new Dell XPS 15, the trackpad actually works really amazingly well. So I think this is the year that the Windows manufacturers really do solve this problem. Because now
but
they've
only
taken-
if you're willing to spend $1,500.
But like, look, if
Or-
Microsoft
yeah.
can't solve this problem, why would you have any faith that Asus could?
Oh no, yeah.
Right?
No, and I mean my big point here is like this is Microsoft's first generation out the door,
Right.
and like this is it. Like they're killing it already on the first one. Yes, there are these issues, and hopefully they will be sorted out. But I don't know why you would buy anyone else's computer or Windows computer at this point, other than
if
Dell.
you got the money.
Yeah, if
Right,
you've got the money,
price, right.
So why would you buy a Surface Pro 4?
I don't know.
Okay. Because that's
If you
really-
want a tablet, if you want a Windows tablet experience, and you love the pen,
Yeah.
and
You just super want a
Yeah.
tablet.
But wouldn't you just buy this thing? Like,
This thing is the Surface Pro is
It's
smaller and
smaller.
lighter, and you can like carry it around and use it as a tablet. But I mean, I don't know. Dan reviewed this, but like basically looking at this thing, they just made a better Surface Pro 3.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't change anything fundamentally about it. They made the trackpad and the type cover bigger. They made the screen bigger. They made it faster, and they kept everything else the same. It's like it's designed for people that love Surfaces,
Yep.
and that's kind of it.
yeah, and I actually think Microsoft has completely mastered now how to make a tablet a laptop and a laptop a tablet. Obviously, there are real sacrifices that happen. I think those real sacrifices are actually coming from Windows and from the chips that they're using in here. I think had Windows RT worked out for them, had Windows been a better tablet operating system, and Tom, I know you've written about how Windows 10 just is still not great on a tablet.
Yeah.
These devices could be even more badass and be sort of what we're gonna, hope the,
Yeah, so
the
you've got a
iPad
whole-
Pro does.
so I will say, Joanna's video did not just address the 80s and denim jackets. And what I will say was an amazing hair moment for you.
Yeah.
But you were like, this is a vision of the future.
Yeah, laptops are the future.
Okay,
Michael
get
Jackson
into
said
it.
it.
Get it. Why do you think laptops? Because that's
Did
like
he?
a
Yeah, he
that's
said I
not-
believe children are the future, and I think he meant
Laptops.
laptops.
All right.
weird laptop
I actually
babies.
sing that in my head all the time.
Is anybody
I
at our
believe
Hype Council
laptops
Michael
are the
Jackson
future.
fans?
Is that really
Is he
good?
called a hype
I
castle?
had
You
that
sing
song
that,
he
Nilay.
sang
Sing
for
it.
Free Willy stuck in my head this morning.
I
Okay.
believe that laptops are the future. Is
What-
that song?
If I just say Hotline Bling, does that wreck you?
I know that song.
If I just say Hotline Bling, does that wreck you? Does that put a different song in your head?
No,
Oh.
sorry.
I literally played 4 seconds of it earlier yesterday, and Emily was like, fuck.
I feel like I know more of the songs like that people have parodied the video with than I do the actual song. Like the Rugrats theme. I saw that in the video put up against that one.
Wait, let me ask you guys a question. Do any of you have an iPad? Any of the three of you have an iPad?
Yes.
How often do you use that iPad?
Never.
Caitlin?
I don't have an iPhone. No, I don't own technologies. The Verge gave me this laptop.
I don't own technologies. I have a bag full of garbage.
Okay, question.
Kirsten?
I don't have it. I'm actually thinking about getting one though.
Would any of you buy a tablet at this moment in time for any reason?
No.
Not right now.
And,
Maybe in like
you're
a
just
year.
not going to buy it. No technologies for Caitlin.
No. I
believe you're working at the wrong place.
Caitlin?
No, she keeps her work at work and her
Caitlin, like,
non-work.
Walks
Okay.
home. Caitlin doesn't do electricity at home. It's like,
Caitlin,
she's just
oddly Amish for some reason. It just came out
she
of
loves
nowhere.
it. Yeah.
I just think that's really interesting because like Joanna's like laptops are the future thing. If you guys had to buy one thing, if you could pick a laptop, a phone, or a tablet, which one would you pick?
A laptop.
A laptop, yeah.
Okay.
Really?
What if?
I would pick a phone.
You can do everything you can do on a phone on a laptop. It's just like kind of awkward.
But faster. What if? But what if that screen on your laptop came off?
If I could have an iOS device that would flip between the desktop version, like if I could have OS, I can't say all these things right. If I could have desktop Mac and mobile Mac on the same device, I would do that. Like if I could, when I pulled this screen off, it became
iOS.
An iPad.
Yeah.
You'd like that.
I would love
Yeah.
that. I would
Yeah.
buy that immediately.
Right.
But right now.
And when would you use it? You could probably use
that's
it.
kind of what Windows 10 does, right? You pull it off
Right.
and it turns into tablet
Yeah.
mode.
That's right.
Yeah, but then all of the
But here's the problem right
apps
now.
are
And
The tablets-
both Tom and I talk about this.
Bulky and heavy.
The tablet is compromised, right? The tablet has serious.
Joanna, it's a digital clipboard, okay? I would ask that you refer to it by its proper,
The digital
extremely
digital
stupid
clipboard
name.
is extremely compromised.
It's too heavy.
It's actually pretty
it's
light.
wide.
It's
For its
wide.
size.
I love
Right.
it.
Yeah, it's really wide.
For me,
Am I the
I
only
have
one
to
who
be
loves
able to
it?
single hand
I love it.
No,
a
I love
tablet.
it too.
Here's my reality. I'm drunk with power. I walk around this place all day, pointing at stuff, yelling at people, really doing nothing of impact. And to have a giant screen and a pen that made it look like I was even more of a 1940s factory manager, that'd be fucking dope.
You need to deal with this.
No, unfortunately, I need to deal with it.
This
I
is
feel for you, dude.
Vergecast, not therapy. So
I don't know about that. I feel like this is where our
Anyway.
site comes to really understand itself.
But I think what is the future of these is that we get mobile processors in here and we don't deal with the thickness and heaviness of it. We'll
Yeah.
probably still deal with the width because the screen is big, but maybe at some point these will like auto expand and that's going to be my review in 20 years. But like those two really do come together because laptops are the future.
Yeah. Tom, do you think laptops are the future?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it's to do with the experience and the apps. So that Windows is lacking the touch app. So like what someone said a minute ago about combining OS X and iOS, that would be a pretty good device. Because obviously you got the iOS apps and the touch apps, so that would kind of make sense. But on the Windows side, you just it's kind of like the Windows Phone problem. You're lacking the apps on the tablet side, so converting it to a tablet isn't really something you want to do often because it just doesn't really have the experience there.
Yeah.
And it's the
I
same
mean-
with the pen. It's lacking the total usage of the pen across Windows. Like I tried to write an email and just draw out, like just literally just write an email, and the Windows Mail client doesn't support that. And it's like just these basic fundamental things.
You
for
can use the
digital clipboard.
keyboard. You could use the keyboard thing to do that.
Yeah,
oh, you mean
can
you
do that,
wanted
yeah,
to?
but I just want to
Use the
write in.
handwriting.
Oh,
Actually
you wanted
mentioned,
to like
yeah.
handwrite and like send it as an
Like,
image.
You'd think that it would know that I was using the pen and that I
that's a
was
good
trying to
point.
write.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same thing with the apps, but I only use a tablet pretty much now for two things: to read Twitter and news at night, and then when I go away, I use the screen to watch like tons of movies.
Right.
Those are like the two main use cases I use for a tablet because when I read, I use a e-reader, I use a Kindle outside
Right.
or inside.
So here's my problem with the pen stuff in the digital clipboard mode. You know when you're typing in Word and Word starts auto formatting shit for you
Yeah.
and it gets it wrong every time, but like it's trying really hard to guess right? I feel like that's where they're always going to be with like doing the right thing with the pen and converting from like writing a note to writing out in handwriting to converting it to text. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to draw now. Like
Right.
I just don't feel like they've decided on what the pen should be able to automatically do in all the
Right.
apps to account for the fact that nothing like directly supports it.
I have a question about the pen. How does it compare to like other tablets and styluses? So like if I had an iPad with like a pencil.
Okay, so I know a lot about this because I tested almost every stylus last year. And are you a sketcher? Your drawer?
I
you a
wrote "Hi,
sketcher?
Mom" to the audience.
Yeah, that was
earlier.
impressive.
Yeah.
So maybe Dieter knows more about this too, but the current iPad doesn't have an active digitizer or any kind of active touchscreen that works with the current styluses. So basically, they suck.
Yeah.
Right? Because they aren't connecting with the screen.
Yeah.
The iPad Pro, from what we've seen so far, has a crazy, amazing, good pen.
Yeah.
Like
It's a pencil.
Right. Sorry. Pencil. A $90 pencil or $100 pencil.
Yeah.
Like you guys tested at the event. It was just
great.
so smooth
Yeah.
and fast.
Yeah.
Like I think it'll be interesting to see how these compete.
They felt the same to me.
Really?
Yeah. Like having played with this for however long I played with it and however I played with the iPad Pro for how long I've like it's still like not real. Like there's still that ever so
Yes.
slight I'm drawn on some glass
yes,
feeling, right?
Totally.
But they're both very good.
Yeah. So, but like these experiences are far better than what you'd have from like any stylus you put on an iPad or iPhone. but closer to what you get on a note.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's funny because I really, again, drunk with power. Like, my dream is to, like, look at a Verge article and, like, draw on it with a pen. Because that's
You
what...
can do that.
Well, yeah, with Edge, right?
Yeah,
But then I
they
just,
show
like...
that in the commercials.
That's the only thing they show in the
That's
commercials.
all they show. In the
Literally, when I
commercials.
demoed it to my friends, I literally opened the Verge and circled the homepage and drew the word bad. And I was like, this is my dream.
My
Like, this
real
is all I
question,
want to do.
Who else besides you wants to use that feature? Like, how is that useful to normal people?
Everybody wants to be drunk with power.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, but like genuinely, like when would you want to draw on?
So I actually this week I had to prepare for this conference, right? I had 4 big interviews and I printed out as much stuff as I possibly could about all these people I had to interview. And I tried to do it on here at first. So I just was like, save the article about them and start highlighting on it.
Ooh.
And the highlighting is okay, but it's not paper.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it just came down to I just want to have this stack of paper and
Right.
I want to be away from this screen.
Right.
But
Right.
I think and then I brought it to a meeting at the conference, and the other guy was like, that's actually pretty cool because then I could just have the notes wherever I want. I
Right.
won't lose this piece of paper. So, like, there are these pluses of paper, and then there are these minuses of paper. And I
think paper
did a
makes you
piece on it
focus.
last year. Nobody read it. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
David did a piece similar about it.
No one read that either. Who's
one read
David?
it.
Is he dead?
Yeah,
He's
David,
dead.
David Pierce. He
R.I.P.
stole
David.
my idea.
He's with Sam wherever he is. No, just a terrible human being.
Anyway,
I love you
think
both, David and Sam.
Should we
Just
talk
to-
about the Pro 4?
Yeah, and then I gotta read an ad.
It's done.
Yeah. I just want to say I am very super impressed with what is happening with Microsoft's hardware here, specifically just with these.
Tom, will you tell me about Edge real quick? Because I saw you tweeting today. Because Edge is the browser, like, you have to use Edge to do all the circling stuff, right? And you were like, I can't use Edge
all the
yet.
note stuff. Yeah, I mean, I can use Edge, but I really miss the extensions. And I think that's the same for quite a lot of people who use Chrome. And the extensions aren't coming until 2016, which kind of
Really?
sucks. Yeah, they were supposed to be here by the end of the year. They were supposed to be next month.
Wait, since you've been using this, do you use Google Docs or Gmail in Edge?
I don't know because I'm primarily using Chrome.
Yeah, because it doesn't work. I mean,
Yeah,
and then I try not to use Chrome because it eats at the battery life and the scrolling's so bad. But you have to for Google Docs because you can't copy and paste on Google Docs in Edge. Like, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to use Chrome on a Windows laptop because the scrolling is terrible
Yeah.
and the battery life is terrible and just the performance in general is just
Even
real
on
bad.
my Mac, I've started using Safari.
That's-
Because the battery life
I
is
feel-
so bad.
I feel like Microsoft
Oh, no, on El
had an
Capitan Safari is legit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Microsoft
Safari.
had a good opportunity with Edge to like kind of reset the whole Internet Explorer mess, and I feel like they've kind of messed it up.
Yeah.
Because of
it's
the
a good browser,
extensions?
but it's not finished.
Yeah.
They need to do more to it. And
I do
should've-
like the mail client for Windows 10. I've been
You're a
using
crazy
that.
person.
Eh,
Gmail for
simple.
life.
Gmail for life. Yeah.
yeah, it's way better than the Windows 8 mail client.
Yeah. I mean, here are the apps that I'm really missing to go to Windows 10 full time. A really good lightweight photo editor, not Photoshop, and like, yeah, but like has advanced tools. A really good Twitter client,
Yeah.
and that's it actually.
Well, get ready for a flood of
built-in
thirsty PR
Photos app
pitches
is-
from photo editing people.
What do you feel like you miss from Mac?
From Mac, I miss like some of the touch, the trackpad customizations. Like I like to be able to just, like especially on the Magic Mouse, when I just flick my 2 fingers up on the mouse and it does my volume up and down. Like I miss being able to customize to do that sort of stuff. Yeah,
You
I do
can
miss, like,
customize what the 3-finger swipe does in Windows 10, but you can't really go
Yeah.
beyond what they tell
or
you.
the 3-finger tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Like,
Which
I have been super productive on Windows using this machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it just misses a few things. Like on like a work related thing, I can't. There's like
Slack,
no apps
they
to
have
like
Slack.
watermark images and resize images. very well.
Right. Well, they need like a photo, like I use Pixelator on
Pixelator?
Pixelator.
Yeah, Pixelator. That's
How
what
do
it's
you
called.
say it?
Pixelmator.
Pixelmator.
Yeah.
Pixelmator.
Pixelmator.
All right.
Pixelmator. Like
Pixelmator,
Automator,
I
but
think
with
it is.
pixels.
I think this is a really good time to talk about Squarespace. Like, in terms of conversation,
I
that
could
is not
manage
good.
my Squarespace site on Windows 10.
Do you want to read the ad?
Sure. Go to browserinyourbrowser.com. All powered by Squarespace.
Nah, don't read an ad for your own website.
But it's actually an ad for Squarespace too.
Talk about fine building
I-
a website. We'll talk about it. Go
I
ahead.
built browserinyourbrowser.com using Squarespace. Another column I wrote that no one read.
Building a
that's-
website can
that's
be
not
tough.
true.
And
People
even if you
get
don't
to
know
it.
aware about coding like Joanna, creating something that looks good and
I
works well
don't
as a
know
time
anything about coding.
can be a time-consuming affair. Whether it's a business site, a portfolio, a restaurant, browser.com. In this day and age, you probably need a website, much like Joanna's dog needs a website. Well, lucky for us, lucky for Joanna, Squarespace makes it easy to build beautiful websites without breaking a sweat. Squarespace provides simple, powerful, and beautiful websites that look professionally designed regardless of your skill level, Joanna Stern. No coding required. I don't know.
Really, it's actually incredibly simple.
You're just pitching Squarespace
What's
right
this
now.
URL?
Browser in your browser.
Browser in your browser.
I did a whole column about the easiest way to build your own website, and Squarespace won.
Right now, Squarespace, there's someone at Squarespace, like the CMO of Squarespace, it's like, fuck yeah, it's all happening.
Yeah, they're like,
It's all coming together
I
for
mean,
me.
First of all, does Squarespace spend
Not
all their money
only
on podcasts?
Does Squarespace, well, certainly this one, they provide you with intuitive and easy-to-use tools to create your website. Squarespace also has state-of-the-art technology powering your site to enhance your security and stability. And you know you can trust in Squarespace. Joanna's website is
browser
down.
in your browser, not
For-
on your browser.
Oh my God. I'm just going to read this sentence again.
Should I buy that too?
And, oh my
Just
God,
so
there's-
redirects.
You can trust in Squarespace for your website need when millions of people and some of the most respected brands in the world, Joanna's personal brand, trust in Squarespace as well. Seriously, you cannot beat the ease and simplicity of Squarespace. It gives you 24/7 online support and a beautiful website, browserinyourbrowser.com. So what are you waiting for? Start a trial with no credit card required and start building your dog-themed website today. And because you are certainly interested in saving some money, when you sign up for a Squarespace, use the offer code VERGE. You get 10% off your first purchase. Show your support for this show, the Vergecast, this beautiful, chaotic show, the Vergecast. And thank you, Squarespace. Build it beautiful. All right,
Do
so
it.
now
And now
we're
go
back in the
visit Browser in
content
Your
zone.
Browser.
Yeah.
But seriously, the CMO of Squarespace, when you're like, it is good, I reviewed it. That's like the goal. That's the fusion of advertising and editorial that every brand wants.
Hype check browser in your browser.com.
Are you guys all looking at Joanna's dog right now?
But we made a new Slack room for
For
people
us.
who are on the Vergecast,
They're not
but
paying attention
but
to this.
but secondarily.
We have a council-specific Slack room now.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Here's what I
Is
worry.
it open or is it private?
Oh, it's private.
Okay, good. Good. I want to know nothing
pretty
about what
exclusive.
I
happens
was
in there.
talking. I think Slack is a problem. Here's what I believe about Slack. Slack rooms expand like fractally. Like Ezra Klein is always like, we have too many Slack rooms at this company. Are you just watching your own dog videos?
Yes, I am.
All right.
No, Slack
at
is
this. It's a
genius.
beautiful website.
Slack went down for me
How
for
many
like
Slack rooms
half
do you have
an
open
hour
right
today.
now? Can you even count? Can you even look?
How many rooms or
Like, how many
channels? What do you
channels?
mean?
I don't know.
Like
Channels
30.
like a lot, like many.
By the way, for the audio listener, Loren is just squinting at her computer and saying numbers. She's like, I don't know, that looks like 30.
How many stars are there in the sky?
Eventually, they like stop. They like go into like the add the like more section. So I don't even know.
Hype check your Slack room channel number, whatever that is. Can you do
It's,
it?
I like it. It's good. It's
right.
amazing. Slack was down for me for like half an hour today because I like messed up my 2-factor and I was lost. I was like, oh my god, how do I do anything?
I hate it. I hate being spoken to. I don't like.
Every once in a while, like I lean across the desk to Kaitlyn because she sits across from me, and I'm like, "Hey, Kaitlyn, blah 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 blah," and she's like, she pulls out her headphone. She's like, "All right."
Because I'm busy listening to One Direction and making our Tumblr. That's all I do all day long. Oh my god.
I mean, it is a
I
pretty
do.
good
I
Tumblr.
remember when Slack went down for what, like 30 minutes that one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we all talked to each other for a really long time, and it was really special. Oh
my God.
I remember I was sitting on the couch and someone was like, "Hey, Loren," and I was like, "What?" It was great.
We do. We all Slack each other from like 50 feet away
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
Today, this is an embarrassing anecdote
my
about
string
management.
piece over
Today,
here.
we had a meeting in which we discussed how people don't talk in meetings, and one of the reasons that I came up with was because Slack has stunted all of our development. Like, we actually don't know how to talk to each other unless...
Why is Slack any different than like IRC that we used to have?
Because everybody that didn't grow up with IRC uses it now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, they-
it's like imagine if everybody used IRC. That's Slack.
it's funny. I
Basically,
talk
if you
on the
remember
phone. I
IRC,
mean,
you're old.
What's that, Tom?
That's what Dee is trying to say.
yeah, we're
I said,
old.
if you remember IRC, you're officially old.
Oh, we're old.
It's not like
Oh,
the good old
super
days
old.
when we're old.
Dieter's like 50 years old.
I am 50 years old.
50 years old. Tom's
It's
also
actually his
Tom's
birthday,
also
yeah.
like 50 years old. He just looks incredibly young.
Yeah. Tom's a
Right.
handsome man. He has
really
an
is.
awesome scar.
What? Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's
Okay.
fine. I talk on the phone a lot. Like if I have like a issue,
You are old.
I definitely am old.
Yeah.
No, I saw Sam Shepard tweet the other day that he thinks phone calls are like the comeback.
They should. That's another column I want to write.
Can I tell a story about
If everybody else got a pager, would you?
No.
All right.
None.
Phone calls are not going to come back. Phone calls are not going to come back. Maybe video calling will come back.
Oh my God.
We're not going to go
When
back
did
to
video
just
calling?
audio.
To come back, like
Or
conceptually,
to
it has
come,
to, like,
I guess,
be
to
there.
come into its like fullest. I mean, a lot of my friends
talk on
like
the phone all the
Skype
time.
and stuff, and like a huge portion of the way that people who are in college right now keep in touch with their friends is like super long, like 2-hour Skypes.
See, whenever
Yeah,
my
like
parents
playing,
want to
like, long-
Skype, I'm always like,
But do they look into the camera that whole time? I mean,
Sometimes it depends.
Usually it's just, like, there.
You look into your camera like at the beginning, like, and then sometimes people will like do laundry or do stuff, but you're like talking to the person. It's like you're hanging out with them.
Right.
But if someone
It's like a
can
phone
make
call.
that actually like, I know that there's like FaceTime, but like that doesn't work for everyone. If
you
someone
also,
actually
you have to
FaceTime
get
for
ready for
basics.
these kinds of calls. You know, you don't want to look like a scrub when you're on a video call.
I don't know.
Yeah.
At some point, you get over it because it's like not a big deal. Like me and one of my cousins.
I
we
like to
Skype
look like
all
a
the
scrub.
time.
I don't
yeah,
know if
we
you
look
guys
we look
can
normal.
see how
Yeah.
powerfully Kaitlyn is rolling her eyes right now.
I like to make sure
She's
I have,
about to flip fully over.
I like to make sure I have like bad hair and eye
I've
crust.
been 4 years, like almost every human being alive. In my opinion, sorry, Tom. I don't know what we're talking about here.
Whatever, man. We're gonna talk about the Nexus phone in a minute, but I thought we'd give the Hype Council had a moment.
Okay.
I haven't even seen the Nexus phones. I actually saw it at Google a couple weeks ago, but not like.
So we
played
have,
with it
we have
for
the
long
6P,
enough.
but not the 5X.
Right. Dan has a 5X. If he's in, Dan, if you're
That's the
watching,
one I wanna
come on
buy.
down and
Might
bring
as
us
well
the
just
5X.
might as well just join the Vergecast.
Yeah.
everyone else has.
is doing it.
There's a guy just tweeting bad screenshots of me from a compressed video stream. Anyway, so Dieter, talk about the phone.
It is the best Android phone you can buy right now.
Do you think so?
I do.
Why is that?
Because it has up-to-date, clean software. It what?
You're going to
She's just
Amsterdam.
looking at your Google now.
Quit looking at my shit.
Oh, that's a brutal.
Give me my phone back.
I'm not going there anymore. I'm not going to go
It's
in there.
brutal.
Just doxing Dieter in the middle of Vergecast. Well done.
Good lord.
I will say that I haven't.
We need
I've
a
never,
plan for CES.
I've
too.
never.
You know
thought-
what I'm gonna
She's
do?
Looking at his calendar.
I'm locking the phone. Give me the phone back.
Here, I'll lock. Here, let's do this. I'll lock it so I can't get back in without
Okay.
your fingerprint. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway,
Just
the phone.
admire
Guess
the
my
hardware.
pattern. It's the best software you can get on an Android phone.
Yeah.
It is $500 to start for a 32 gig version, which is a good price.
Mm-hmm.
It is in that quote unquote premium category. It has a really good camera.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was
like,
impressed with the camera stuff I've
but
been
it's
seeing.
the
if someone
camera
came
is
at
slow,
me
right?
and the HDR is slow.
Yeah.
The HDR is slow, but otherwise the camera. If you turn off HDR, the camera is plenty fast.
Maybe I'll give
If
my
someone
next
came
one.
at me and said, "No, the Note 5 is better,"
Are you just eating snacks out of a crinkly
would,
bag now?
Yep.
I would let them make that case to
Hang on,
me.
let me take a picture of the Hype Council.
But I think I
Caitlin,
prefer
don't look
the
like you want to
6P.
kill everyone. Okay.
But I think that I only want the 5. Is it the 5X?
5X is notably slower.
Slower.
Yeah.
See, and also it feels like shittier.
Yeah, but it's hard to know. Like,
Yeah.
so like when we first looked at the 5, everybody's like, "Oh, this is boring and dumb," and then everybody turned out over the year or so to like fall deeply in love with it.
The
right?
Nexus 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
And then
that
the Nexus
phone.
6, we're like, well, it's big, but everybody
too
likes
big.
big phones, so maybe it's okay. I don't know. And then over the course of the year, we're like, man, this thing is just
Yeah,
dumb,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
horrible.
Right.
So it didn't age well. So like,
Dieter's been doing that impression of the Nexus 6 for like a week now.
Yeah.
He's like, the Nexus 6. Like,
Right?
because big things are funny.
right.
That's just my theory.
And
But-
so,
do you not know this? Big things are funny?
I can't say for sure that like
I know.
the Nexus
Don't
5X is going to look terrible in a year from now.
Right.
My hunch is that it's not going to age all that well.
It's more
but-
like I want that size with that
Right.
build.
right, you can't
And it
get-
sounds
no.
like that speed.
Right. No.
Can someone hold it up
You want an
against
S6
the
with the terrible
iPhone
battery life.
6s Plus?
Yeah.
You
It's
mean-
I wanna see-
virtually
What
identical
has
in
terrible battery
size
life?
to the 6S Plus. Although the 6S Plus is a tiny bit shorter, a teensy bit shorter.
It feels smaller than my 6S Plus.
But is it easier to hang on to the 6P? The 6P seems like it's not like a slippery
I mean, I
phone
don't know.
as much as the 6.
I don't feel like aluminum phones are as slippery as everybody else on the planet seems to. Maybe I've just got like Spider-Man hands. I don't know.
I mean, it's ugly in very specific ways.
There are some specifically
Just
ugly
that
things
camera
on it.
strip is bothering me.
This camera strip is bothering me.
Don't
The
worry about the
antenna
camera
connects
strip.
into the camera strip.
I don't
It
care
just
what the
gets
camera
glossy.
strip.
Like, there's just like a whole section in this corner where it's just like someone was drunk. You know, like someone was drawing the phone. Like, I don't know, add some more lines.
It's Huawei.
Burn.
It's Google.
No, doesn't
and
Huawei make one
Do you
particularly
think
beautiful
Google
phone?
really designed the exterior of the phone?
Really hard to know.
But didn't Huawei make one particularly beautiful phone? They're like actual phone.
Yeah, the Mate S, which is
I mean,
like similar
I
to
just
that.
think there's no like.
which is an iPhone clone. Oh,
The
you got an
reason-
iPhone clone. No.
Oh, we got.
No. Never mind. I said nothing.
But I think there's really no other reason at this point to buy any Android phone other than a Nexus.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
like the only one that I would
mean-
now with this thing, like if you wanted to get an S6 because it's smaller,
Yeah, I
go
love
to
the
town.
S6.
If you want to get a Note 5 because you want the stylus, go to town.
I love the
Basically
S6.
anything else, like nope.
Right. Here's the reason I say that about the Nexus is because of the software updates, and also now all of the integration that they've got with the fingerprint sensor and all of the other Google goodness that happens because Google's really involved with the
Although
phone.
now on tap is terrible, right? I mean,
I
it's
know
not
you
good.
hate it, but I like it.
It misread an address, a perfectly formatted address. It was unable to read it,
Remember we had
but
this conversation
it
over
was
drinks.
able to look up a restaurant named Trey because I had the address sent to me by our executive producer Trey
You and Trey.
Shellhorn.
Yeah.
like it got Trey, but the wrong Trey,
Yeah.
Trey the restaurant.
I love it for adding calendars, like calendar stuff. It just works so much faster than, like, even in iOS when it's like trying to guess that it wants
Yeah.
a calendar
I think
invite. It just never
3D
works.
Touch is better because at least you know there's a link that'll do something.
I think actually now on tap with 3D Touch would be great.
Where
I don't even know how that works.
You would be able to hit what you're looking at, and then you'd initiate now on tap.
yeah.
And they could do other things.
Yeah, it
you
could
know,
do other
Apple
things.
would never
I like
do that,
that.
though, right? Because they would.
No, of course.
Because they'd be like, we can't read your data.
Well, plus
Right, yeah, yeah.
Apple doesn't want to present you with more than one option.
And by the way, I'm like also I'd want it to be Google. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. But Google, I mean, I don't know. It's Android, right? Like you got to think somewhere there's like a Samsung engineer, and he's like, oh, I got to make 3D Touch now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like they're gonna do it, and they'll just like make a crap version of it, and like 4 versions of Android for now, and it'll just be in Android.
Yeah.
Right.
The Android life cycle.
Yeah. But you don't like it even when it's like, I mean, maybe it's like more of a novelty, but it's like if you're listening to something or something's on the
Am I
screen.
gonna buy this
and
phone?
you
I actually
quickly-
already did buy this phone.
It so rarely gives like things that I know it ought to do. It has only a 50% hit rate, and I just that's not enough for me to be like, oh, I wonder what Now on Tap will do right now. That'll be interesting.
Right.
Like it's just if you don't get the stuff you should get half the time, I'm going to stop using you, which is just like Siri.
Right. There's just like a lot of stuff in.
When Dieter has a child,
We're just going to stop using you.
you're done, kid.
Yeah.
Like you suck at math, and we're not talking anymore.
I mean,
have you guys played with this phone
the
over
kids
there?
should do
Hype
better,
Council?
don't you think?
Yeah,
Hype check
I've played this a
the
little bit.
6P.
The 6P is like definitely the best Android phone that I've played with.
Yeah.
The build is really nice. And for me, naked iPhone 6S Plus
That's
versus
in a case.
that.
I can see the
Yeah,
case from here.
Because I can't hang on to it.
I see.
So
man.
for me, it's like, that phone is really cool. If Now on Tap actually worked like more than 50% of the time, I
Yeah.
would really
I
consider
think it works
switching.
75%.
Are we iPhones down the line here?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a really hard question.
Yeah.
What would make you buy a Surface Book, and what would make you switch to an Android phone?
Surface.
Okay, I'm definitely buying an Android phone next because I think brand loyalty is a disease. And I don't want to buy another iPhone just to buy another iPhone. I don't know anything about phones, so
That's
I might
great.
as well try
That's a great
something
answer.
different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, I'm probably like your worst nightmare because I just don't want to worry about it. So I just stick with the same phone each time, like, and get a new update.
Do you know that you have what I believe is known as a disease?
How often do you get a new phone?
What's up?
How often do you get a new phone?
Probably every 2 to 3 years. But it's like I just don't want to make it a huge deal, so I just get the next iPhone because it worked for me in the past. So
Yep, that's.
And you're used
I
to it.
have space to worry about you guys. So
All of space is there. Okay, so I'm gonna read. So here's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read one more ad, and then I actually want Lauren to give us some space news.
Okay.
Because she's here. She's our space reporter. She should do
Yay!
that. And then, Kaitlyn, you can say something else deeply depressing about being young in America.
That's my beat. The depression beat. So Caitlin, writes about.
Well, you know what I think the teens love is fucking SoftLayer. SoftLayer's back, everybody. I don't know if you were thinking about a cloud, but this cloud is built for transparency.
To say about this ad.
Look, Joanna, I'm going to address this.
Do you know who owns SoftLayer?
You know,
Squarespace?
when
Surprise you.
when I think about Joanna Stern, I think about her unique computational workload. And I think about the fact that my friend Joanna deserves cloud resources that meet her specific needs. SoftLayer, duh. One of the only cloud providers that provisions dedicated servers and virtual servers, otherwise known as a public cloud, from a single seamless platform. All this is on demand, all that's connected to the same open API, all that's connected to a global private network, which I think we all know the teens appreciate. All of this allows you to scale your workloads up and down quickly for presumably your One Direction BitTorrent server. And you have ample space for your storage-intensive tasks. SoftLayer, surprise, IBM company. IBM uses SoftLayer as its cloud infrastructure foundation for all IBM cloud products and services. So if you're not looking for infrastructure, because you're a basic, you can benefit from SoftLayer infrastructure when you use platforms or software services from IBM Cloud. Dieter's just drawing on a tablet wildly now. So here's what you need to do.
I need to see.
Figure out your life, get your business started, get on SoftLayer, and then go to softlayer.com/podcast to get $500 off your cloud infrastructure. You can order bare metal servers, you can order virtual servers, you can get storage, you get networking, you get security services, you probably get a Taylor Swift CD. SoftLayer has 24 data centers around the world. All these services are connected to the unique network of networks, which separates public, private, and management traffic, ensuring that traffic to and from your cloud infrastructure travels more efficiently. You might think that I suck at these ad reads, and I do, but you are damn well listening to see what kind of car crash we're going to get into here. And that car crash will be powered by SoftLayer. Automate and control your cloud infrastructure with a granular API or with the easy-to-use SoftLayer customer portal. So please, for God's sake, it has to be working because they keep buying the ads. Visit softlayer.com/podcast. Get your $500 off of servers, storage, network, and security on the cloud built for transparency. There's always some fine print here. It says user's discretion. I never read it because, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Softlayer.com/podcast.
Why did 69 people just follow me? For being on the Vergecast?
Very famous.
Oh, my God.
I think it's because I was being on the Vergecast. And also, I just like to say a lot of people do really like browserinyourbrowser.com. So thank you for visiting browserinyourbrowser.com.
Did your traffic spike?
Yeah.
Wait, do you have like analytics on your Squarespace site?
If I log into Squarespace, you can. Actually, that's
Oh
one
my
of the
God.
benefits of
Again,
using Squarespace.
CMO Squarespace right now, just like
By the way-
ripping his shirt off and being like, we did it!
Do it during your ad read. I made effective use of the digital clipboard.
I tested 3 or 4 different
Oh, I know. My shit's blowing up.
website
Oh,
building
come on,
tools,
man.
and Squarespace was, in fact, one of the best.
All right,
if not the
so
best.
we've got the Hype Council here. Tom, I want
see this
I want
website?
one more little piece of Tom before we go. It's a beautiful website, Joanna. I know. I want to see the dog. But Loren, give me some space news.
Okay. So the fun thing is we're getting an asteroid to fly by Earth on Halloween.
Ooh.
That's fun. And
Did
it's
we
pretty
ask it nicely? Or-
Loren bribed an asteroid.
Yeah. Like I wanted to spice things up this holiday, so I got an
Is
asteroid
it a
to come visit.
spooky asteroid?
Only if you want to be super cliche.
Okay.
Sorry, no, I just saw so many headlines that were like trick or treat.
Oh my God.
I get it.
But yeah,
how
it's
much
pretty
I like
big, and we
puns.
just found out about it last week, so that's a little scary. But it's not going to hit us at all. It's just going to come really close, like 1.3 lunar distances, which is about
Wait, what?
So yeah, just
That's
a little.
really close,
Wait,
isn't it?
that's
It's-
like as close as the moon? What's the lunar distance?
It's 300,000 miles.
That's really close.
It's pretty close. It's not going to hit us though. But this happens all the time. I mean, we get near Earth asteroids like hundreds each month.
Right.
The only thing that's special about this one is that it's kind of big for the normal asteroids we get, and it's getting pretty close. So, but we have nothing to worry about. But the fun thing,
What
I
kind of
learned,
Armageddon situation are we in?
we're not in any Armageddon.
Do
situation.
I have to try to marry Bruce Willis's daughter now or later?
No, you like stay away from Bruce.
I'm coming.
Everything's
I'm
fine.
coming for you, rumor. On Halloween.
But I did learn about what different sizes of asteroids, like how much they would destroy life on Earth this week. So this asteroid, if it were to hit us, it'd only wipe out like a continent.
Oh, good. Great. So, like, pick your least favorite continent and just hope for the best.
Yeah.
Or the worst.
The ones we have to worry about are the 1 kilometer asteroids. They're like, I think think, sorry for the conversion. I think it's over 3,000 feet. Those are the ones, if they were to hit us, they'd like wipe out humanity. So that's the one. Those are what like NASA is more concerned with. This one is just smaller than that.
It's just continent
Just gonna
destruction.
destroy a continent. So Europe, watch out.
The crap continent.
Yeah.
Kaitlyn, if our continent was to be destroyed on Halloween, how would you spend your last days?
Okay, actually, I'm going to see Spring Awakening on Halloween.
Why are you so prepared for this question?
It's a musical on Broadway.
It's great.
I've been stealthily inserting Broadway coverage into theverge.com
It's
over
not
the
that
course
stealthy.
of the last 3 months. I like to pretend that it's very sneaky. Anyway, I'm going to see that musical. That's what I'm doing.
All right. We've just got a couple of minutes left. Tom, is there anything else that we need to talk about? We haven't talked about Star Wars. We haven't talked about Drake.
I really do wish I had done this
Drake
entire
Red.
podcast
Talk
alone
about
with
Star
Tom.
Wars.
Huh?
I wish I had done this entire
We can do
podcast
that.
alone with Tom.
We can just leave and you and Tom
Tom,
can do
what do you want?
together.
What do you want us
Tom,
to do?
do you feel that
YouTube,
way?
Star Wars, or
do
Drake?
you just not like me to be on the podcast with you?
I think Star Wars and Drake, because there's a great vine of Drake dancing with lightsabers.
I like the vine of him with the like playing Wii U a little bit better.
Oh, we're talking about Drake.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Not YouTube.
Or Star
Oh,
Wars.
we haven't talked about YouTube.
Which one?
We need to talk about YouTube.
All right, we
We
should
gotta
talk about YouTube really fast.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we started late. We can go a couple.
All right,
minutes.
Dieter, let's take us through YouTube.
So there's a new thing, YouTube Red.
I
think
can't
it
believe I
launches
forgot
on,
about
like,
YouTube.
It's
28th.
such a big deal.
Yeah.
So it's
so
$10
excited
a
about
month, and you get rid of ads, and you get access to some exclusive content from YouTube, quote unquote, creators, but not that much. PewDiePie is making like a horror show or something
with the creator of The Walking Dead.
with the creator of The Walking
but
Dead.
that's not actually the important thing.
The important thing is $10 a month. You get rid of ads, and the people that make YouTube get a cut, but it looks like it's a small cut, but we don't know how much of a cut, and YouTube's not saying. Is that the important thing?
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
the money is, I think from my perspective, it's like, or the consumer perspective, it's like, you can background play the songs. You
Yeah, you can background play songs.
You can download them offline. for the first
Offline
time.
is huge. Yeah.
Background play on an iPhone?
Yeah.
So like if you're playing the video on your phone and you get a text message, you want to respond to the text message but keep listening to the video, you can go to your texts and keep listening to the
Yeah.
video and then pop right back. The
I'm
other
actually more
You've been able to
excited
do
for
that on
offline.
Android, though, right?
Sorta.
the other
Sometimes.
the other
But offline is the other key one.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is YouTube like beginning to understand that they actually run a social network and music streaming service, and not just like a video player.
Right. Well, and that if they wanted to, they could like compete with Hulu and Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like head
I
to
mean,
head.
an offline video is something
And
that
Spotify.
Netflix has not
Yeah.
done yet, and is a huge deal. Like the only other streaming video person that does download is Amazon Prime right now.
Yeah.
And like that's a huge deal in the city. Like if you're gonna be on the subway, you most of the time don't have coverage. And like as far as data, the idea that you can download YouTube videos and then go wherever you want and still play them is a huge deal. I mean, for me at least.
Yeah. Wait, you would watch YouTube on the subway?
I would watch so much YouTube on the subway. I have so much YouTube that since I started this job, I can't keep up with. Like people who do weekly videos.
Yeah.
I have like hours to catch up on, and I would watch it all on the subway.
Huh. I guess that's not how I think about you guys. They're just competing so you can more dramatically pull their Surface Books apart.
Dieter's way better at
No,
it.
but what you do is you put it on there and lift it up by the thing once
Oh
it's
my God.
attached.
Oh, so
pretty
so the laptop drops? I mean, the
No,
bottom
so
half?
the bottom doesn't drop.
What do you mean?
When you're reattaching.
One of you is going to
Oh.
break something. That's all I know.
Let's
I can
watch
see
the
it
Surface
coming
Book
from
break.
No,
a
so
mile
here
away.
it's detached, and then you attach it, and
Oh,
then
I
you
see.
magically pick up the bass with it. It's like
Okay.
playing with silly putty.
I just can't.
All right, YouTube
So
Red.
YouTube.
Red.
We tried.
did
We
it.
tried so hard to stay on topic.
Well, also, and if you do YouTube Red, don't you also get Google Play Music as well?
I just want to point out that what's happening on the show right now is like two very senior, very experienced, brilliant technology reviewers are just picking up laptops and looking proud of themselves. They're not even doing anything else. They're just like now Dieter's just making it talk to me.
I'm crushing your head.
Actually,
Clearly,
mine's a little dirty from the string cheese.
So I don't know. I don't know if it includes Play off the top of my head.
we're
My-
just back into YouTube.
How sad is Google Play Music right now?
yeah, I don't know.
So sad.
It's not for me.
Nobody
but if
cares.
it
It's going
came
away.
free,
No,
but
they're, like, so
if
sad.
it came free with the $9.99,
But it does.
YouTube
it
stuff,
will,
yeah,
right?
which
Because
is-
YouTube Music Key is turning into this thing.
Yeah.
So like the key thing about I can't believe we didn't talk about YouTube this whole time.
Hang on.
Yeah.
It includes Google Play Music.
yeah.
For
Right,
really
so-
real.
so-
So, like,
Yes.
$10 a
They
month is
did-
all music and all video on YouTube?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why it's compelling to me.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
like, this is-
compelling, but I actually
No
wonder why.
buts. Oh, that's goodbye
Dieter's
Spotify.
gone.
Yeah, no, but why don't they just combine Google Play Music with YouTube?
They should.
The big
They
problem I
kinda-
have with
yeah.
YouTube streaming is I don't want to stream a video.
Right.
Right. That's a lot of data that I don't want to. I don't want to be.
No,
using.
but that's why backgrounding and offline, because it will stop streaming the video to your phone when you get away from the thing. Like,
Yeah,
But
you
it will
need, like-
still download at some point you're using your data for video.
when you
Yeah,
watch
but
the
you could do
video.
that on Wi-Fi.
No,
and
but
then
if it
you could-
includes Google Play, like, are we sure about this?
Yeah, because it's
This
replacing.
is
Music
exactly
Key.
what Ben said. Yeah,
Yeah,
Ben did the review.
So the story that Ben got from YouTube was they did Music Key, and you could take all the ads off of music, and then all their users were confused because they're like, why doesn't this take all the ads off of all of YouTube? And there's lots of music on YouTube that wasn't part of Music Key, but is otherwise licensed. But it's not like part of the official accounts and whatever. So they had to figure out how to go all the way and remove all the ads from all of YouTube. But what's really interesting, and I think this is like the fascinating part, is they're like, this won't affect our advertising business at all because YouTube is so big that you
Yeah.
could literally add every late night television viewer to 100 million people, and it still wouldn't like be more than 1 or 2% of the total YouTube audience.
Right.
Which is crazy.
So I think there's two things about this YouTube Red stuff, and the first one is it's Google tapping into a certain generation of people who do watch PewDiePie and
Right.
all the like the kids that are growing up. They're not watching live TV. They don't care about that stuff. They don't care about cable. They care about Netflix.
password.
They care about YouTube celebrities. So I think it's them tapping into that. But it's also if you've played with YouTube over the past year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's so many ads now.
Right.
And
No,
I think
it's
there's gonna
absurd.
There's going to be even more ads as a result of this. So it's YouTube monetizing in a big way, and definitely a generational thing.
Well, that's why their originals all look like garbage, right? Like the PewDiePie show looks terrible. There's another one, Lily Singh. Like there's all these YouTube stars, and what they did was they said, well, because here's what's happening: YouTube stars are making it big on YouTube, and then the TV companies are showing up and saying, leave YouTube and make TV shows with us because we're desperate for young people to watch our stuff. They're making a great suite of Broadway musicals on YouTube now. I'm just looking. I don't know. I just troll you forever. You look so sad. It's like I made one little joke.
Musical. It's called Dr. Horrible. Everyone in this room has
Wait.
seen it and loved it.
Wait, what?
The internet musical Dr. Horrible
Yeah,
sing-along
I'm
blog.
super aware of Dr.
Okay, I was
Horrible.
gonna say.
You're gonna go see it live?
No, I'm saying that internet musicals is not.
It's an
not
untapped
a
resource.
thing. Is a thing.
How many negatives did you just use in that sentence? Was it
It's
more
not
than
a
three?
thing. It's totally a
We
legit
don't need
thing
to
to say.
workshop my sentences.
It's not a legit thing to say.
I mean,
Wow.
okay, we don't need to talk about
Wrecked.
musicals anymore. This is
That's
off
another
subject.
Vergecast
This is
that
a different-
Kaitlyn and I will do ourselves.
Yeah,
I think there's probably many more theater nerds on this podcast than you think.
There
there are
Theater-
a lot of theater nerds in this room right now.
Yeah. Is
Really?
Is it 3?
Are they at your desk?
It's well, you've got
No.
one kid that really likes spectacle over there.
I do. I mean, I was a.
What?
Yeah, you got a secret theater nerd over there that you don't realize you have. Yep. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Moving on.
Final thought on YouTube. We got to wrap.
We final thought on YouTube.
Tom had a good one.
Go ahead, Tom. Finish your thought.
Oh no, I was just saying it's a generational thing with the whole YouTube Red stuff. It's just like my daughter does not care about the celebrities that I care about.
Right.
She cares about the YouTube celebrities.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the future.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is I think that's exactly right. But I think what is happening is YouTube didn't have another place. Like if you're a YouTube star, there's no other revenue model for you other than ad impression money. And now YouTube is saying, here's another revenue model to add on top of it. Are you really just crankling away?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
But don't the stars have to agree to it? Aren't they forced into it?
No, YouTube had to run around. Remember there was that big scandal?
That was wild. But the new deal is you're in or you're out with
Yeah.
the new stuff.
Yeah, you're either running ads and making money or you're not. You can't
Right.
do what the current previous situation was where you could choose to monetize and kind of
Right.
make more granular choices. You don't have that option.
Right. Well, actually, what I think is really interesting, and I watch a bunch of, I've been watching just a bunch of YouTubers lately, how many of them have just subtly integrated product placement and branded content into their streams, which is not in, outside, that you're not allowed to do that. YouTube's rules say, if you're going to do it, you have to tell us when you get it. It's not allowed. But everyone's doing it because it's impossible to monitor. So I actually find it really hard to know on YouTube what is bought and what is not, because so many people are like, I don't know, whatever. Like, I love this product, and it's like, is that real? Like, there's no tracking underneath it, and that has become the shadow second revenue stream.
It's kind of like on Snapchat. When you see someone mention a product on Snapchat, it's extremely hard to tell if they got sent it or if they actually like it.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of fashion people.
But with a lot of
really
these, like from what I understand from like social media influencer outreach and stuff like that, it's not always paid.
Yeah.
They just get the products for free,
Yeah,
right?
sometimes you can't tell. It's like, did they get the product for free? Did they buy it?
Right.
Are they getting it for free and getting paid?
I think a lot of people get this product free.
Yeah, and
But you never know.
There's just this weird.
Yeah.
Right, like we all live in a world of like
we're journalists.
very clear boundaries.
Right.
Squarespace, and what I think is true.
I am not paid by Squarespace. I'm a journalist, happen to like their product, and I actually
like
pay for my
the
Squarespace
the
site.
CMO like literally just like spiked a
I
football.
pay for my Squarespace site.
Look at this guy trolling me.
We're getting trolled in the background. It's great.
Yeah. Anyway, Dieter, you want? I got to do.
People wearing the Fitbit big.
What do you want me to do?
If you're watching, you know what's happening. I know what's happening right now. If you're watching this, architects are walking through our we're expanding the company. So like, they're looking. So like literally, we just got looked at like fish in an aquarium to be like. And this is where podcasting happens. And some architect was like drawing on a sheet of paper.
You know what that architect needs is a Surface Book.
Yes. Architects are perfect for Surface Books.
Get out there. Show them your Surface
Or
Books.
for iPad Pros.
iPad Pros maybe.
I think those are really where this market is like that's the definite of you will use almost all the features that this product has.
Yeah, if you're an architect.
Yeah, you're going to use the pen.
If you're an architect, please tweet at Joanna right now.
I dreamt that I was an architect.
Actually, if you are an architect, I am looking for an architect. So I would be very interested in talking to you. I'm just working on some things.
I'd like a farm upstate.
God damn it.
As I was talking about reasons that we want to meet an architect.
Joanna, you just made me quote the Decemberists. Thanks a lot.
what?
I would like to thank Braintree for sponsoring today's episode of the Vergecast. Braintree gives you a full stack payment solution. Support for all payment types your customers might want. You can start accepting Android Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal, Bitcoin, Venmo, cards, whatever's next. Just a single integration. It's like, I don't know, you just type some words in your computer and you get paid. There's superior fraud protection, there's customer service, there's fast payouts. Please, my God, just visit braintreepayments.com/thevergecast. That'd be cool.
I think everybody on the Hype Council should give us one social follow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You should follow The Real Verge on Snapchat because I run that account and it's pretty awesome.
Wait, hold on, Kaitlyn, I got a request. Hype check Hamilton.
What?
I just came in.
14 at least.
Come close to the mic for your hype check.
Okay. Hamilton will make you feel better about America, about democracy, about the accessibility of great art. It will make you feel better about everything. Okay, so just go hang out, wait for the lottery tickets. Do what you want to do. Okay, it's amazing. It's so good.
This is the only thing that you feel sincerely good about, isn't it? Everything else is dark and grim except for this in One Direction.
There's nobody who's ever been exposed to either Hamilton or One Direction who was like, I feel upset afterwards. They were like, this is a joy beam straight into my heart. is how you feel.
But I think that's the title of the episode.
What social channel should they follow?
Social channel. You should go to theverge.tumblr.com.
Nice.
Yeah,
Loren?
Tumblr's cool. Do that.
You should follow Verge Teens.
What?
Teen Verge.
It's at Teen Verge on Twitter.
Teen Verge.
It's pretty funny.
Somebody who runs it's really great.
Yeah, I don't know who runs it.
It's my conduit into teen culture these days. Which I'm
who runs it? Somebody in Orlando.
Oh my God, we're screwed. Okay.
Nobody knows.
You can also find all of our podcasts, and we've got a bunch of them on iTunes.com/The Verge. That includes us, Verge ESP, about entertainment, science, and culture, What's Tech, and of course, Control-Alt-Delete. You should go there.
This week's Control-Alt-Delete, which went up just before, it's really good because Walt doesn't like the Steve Jobs movie.
I didn't either, and I want to talk to him about it because I think
you should.
I think it was terrible.
But Walt pulled the trump card, which is I really knew Steve Jobs very well.
Oh, he Lloyd Benson'd it.
And he told me a bunch of really cool Steve Jobs stories on that show this week. Huh?
Wow.
His column that went up yesterday.
His column is great. Yeah, and
I read that yesterday.
I won't reveal any names, but a
Read it on my
lot
Surface
of
book.
very important people have responded to that column and said this
sure.
is real. And also, MC Hammer tweeted it today, so that was like a fun moment in the Verge. Like, what's more Verge than Walt writing about Steve Jobs getting promoted by MC Hammer? That's our website, everybody.
MC Hammer, did he have a relationship with Steve Jobs?
Who knows?
Interesting.
I would.
That's
I
where
would
actually the
look into
famous
it,
line,
but I
"Please Hammer,
decided
don't
that-
hurt him." That was Steve Jobs.
Man,
That's our show.
it's a
Please,
really dangerous topic.
please
You
don't
can't
blame
touch
us for
that.
anything that happened here. Please don't hold us responsible for this content. Goodbye.
Rock and roll.
Bye.
Rock and roll.